Hi, I'm Ghosty, and this is TLDR Plays, the series where we review games in 5 minutes or less so that you can decide whether they're right for you. Hermit and Pig is a turn-based adventure RPG where you play as the socially anxious hermit and his adorable truffle hunting pig. Its pastel pixel art style, abundant greenery, and mushroom collecting antics immediately drew me in. The quirky character animations are complemented perfectly by the well-crafted sound design. That, along with the witty writing and snarky, playful jabs at the main characters, made the beta really enjoyable, and I can't wait for its full release. Hermit and Pig kickstart their morning by finishing up some chores before embarking on their daily forage for mushrooms. Whilst out foraging, they do their best to avoid humans, fight off the local wildlife, and take some well-deserved naps. Well known for being a recluse and able to survive off of the land, your woodland solitude is unexpectedly disrupted by a girl from a nearby town in need of assistance. The local factory has laid off its workers and replaced them with some shady personnel. Now none of the townsfolk can afford to eat and they need your help. You recall an old story about an enormous mushroom called the jumbo fungo, said to be able to feed an army. Thus begins an adventure that catapults them far from their comfort zone into the unknown challenges that lie ahead. As well as exploring and foraging, there is a fun combat element to Hermit and Pig. The wildlife seems to be more aggressive lately and will jump out and attack you. Combat is built around different 3-button combos, which can be found in your handy handbook. It's all time sensitive, so you need to quickly decide which combo you want to use each turn. Picking the right 3-button combo for each different enemy you encounter means you'll do more damage. For example, slapping those pesky bugs seems like the best option, but you might need something more like a stomp for those stubborn moles. You then need to block each attack from the enemy to try and take less damage. If they hit, they have the ability to poison or confuse you. You can find out about each animal you encounter in your local wildlife guidebook. Now, those mushrooms you found earlier not only make the perfect breakfast, they can help you in battle too. Use found fungus to heal, buff, attack, and more. You may even find the special fungus that takes you on a journey out of this world. One of my favourite parts of the game is how they designed your interactions with human NPCs. The scariest thing, of course, is interacting with other humans, so it's no surprise that when they spring themselves on you, it triggers a combat-like scenario. You're given several options on how to reply to NPCs, and saying the wrong thing can lose you HP, and honestly, some of the responses are worth the HP loss. They're really cool looking sticks. Aside from the combat, you can explore, swim, and even use mushrooms you have found to help NPCs. It's a fun environment to explore, and I'm looking forward to seeing the next stage with the village and its NPCs. I played the closed beta, which ended after agreeing to help the young girl in her town, but even with the limited amount of gameplay available, I made the most of exploring every nook and cranny possible, and I'm still dying to play more. It's the quirkiness and the humour that kept me invested, though the combat tended to feel a bit repetitive over time. It reminded me of the older Pokemon games where the repeated combat when trying to explore can drag at times, but overall it's still fun. And maybe I feel like I relate to Hermit more than I'd like to admit when having to encounter people in the wild. Hermit and Pig is set to release on Steam in 2024. Make sure to keep an eye out on their socials as they've been running a closed beta which you can sign up for. And don't forget to add it to your wishlist, it really helps out the devs. Thanks for watching, and be sure to subscribe to keep up to date with all those indie games out there. Bye!